we'll start this meeting, call the order at 4:34. Thank you. Okay, call the order. Invocation. Our Heavenly Father, we come to you and we ask for your guidance and your will to be done in this meeting. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call. Commissioner Taylor.
Two people
Commissioner
here.
Meredith. Commissioner Morgan. Okay. City Commissioner Jen A. Hearn Couch. Thank you.
Present.
Present, okay. Okay, can we have a motion for the approval of the minutes, the regular board meetings?
Not yet.
Oh, we can't, okay, we can't do that. We can't approve that. We can do special presentations?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we go with special presentation. Well, we have a special presentation for the city commissioner.
I really don't have much to present except for I was told that Lemon Avenue will open on Friday.
Lemon over Friday, okay.
I knew it was supposed to be this week, but
Yeah.
I drove by yesterday and they were still doing some stuff, so.
Is that been impeding construction
No, no,
Oh.
we finished the off-site work.
Oh.
It's just that now it's gonna open back up to traffic,
Oh.
so.
And then I also believe that Mr. Russell's been in conversation with our city manager per First Street and having conversations about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, nothing much to report there.
Right.
Thank you so much, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, public presentations. We have Mary Ann Dean, please. Would you like to come to the front, please? Thank you.
We don't have a chair for that.
Oh, thank you.
I'm really nervous, but
Okay, take your
other
time.
times I'm not nervous with emails.
Okay, take your time.
My problem is I've been here 6 years. The treatment here of the people here is so different from what I think all you got. I come here a lot, and I listen to people caring about what's going on and about the garden. I believe that, and I remember Mr. Russell specifically saying that, coming during the hurricane, you drove us over there, and then you looked up on your own for cat or animal pet friendly places. So I know you do care. But what's going on out here is not great at the front desk, and it's a lot of screaming. I've never seen that before, and I'm kind of old, so yeah, I've lived in a few apartments, and it is demeaning, and you are called a liar. I mean, to your face, there's no supervision. I mean, Victoria is wonderful. She has been responsive every time I say this is happening, but she can't do everything. I mean, it's really not good. I feel assaulted. What actually started off as my air conditioner. They sit in the office in the morning. They said they couldn't get to my air conditioner. Yes, they could. The guy was just there. Wait a minute, let's stop right here. And she just won't. And you might not believe me, but it's like this for quite a few people. There's some people not, but some people yes. And then when I went to work at Publix, and I went to work at Publix to get, our apartments really are beautiful. And I wanted to get a new couch, a new bed, and I was down there and I knew this was going to be a big problem. But when I did my recertification, what I was trying to do was I needed pay stubs. And my last pay stub would end on June 13th. I said, just let me get that. The reason, this season, that's a very seasonal store down there, much more so than Clark Road or anybody else. So your hours are higher during that time. I started in January. Well, they were going down. I wanted to show that I didn't want to be charged for an entire year's rent, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? They didn't get it in there. So I was told that would be attempted fraud. I said, no. And it really wouldn't have been too late. It wasn't. I explained it to the new lady. I explained it, talking to Tina, it's like nothing. I explained why. And it's like they never experienced season. This is why it's going to go down, so I wanted an average. That's all I wanted, but attempted fraud. Then they agree to wait another day till it comes in, but we have to have it right now. Then they start calling Publix, and it's like I'm trying to get away with something. And no, I'm trying to get away with something. Anyway, did you guys get my point? And I think
Yeah.
you've had a
Okay,
few
we did.
emails.
We did.
But Victoria's wonderful. She has responded today, so I'm not quite as, it's better.
Okay.
But something's got to be done because it's not, people are suffering. And we did have an advocate meeting, and people were expressing the same things I've experienced. Shouldn't be treated like that. And a lot of people, you can't defend yourself either. You can't say anything back. It's hard to describe, but it's not good.
Well, I'm sorry you feel like that. I'm sorry you feel
It's-
like you were disrespected. So we
Very
look into this.
disrespected, and there are people that aren't here today because they're afraid of you all. And they said, they look like Congress up there. I said, well, they're not mean, so you can come in and talk. But several of the people that were going to come haven't been yet. So I'd like them to be included.
Okay, well, thank you for coming forth.
Okay, thank you.
And,
Sorry.
expressing to
Thanks for
us.
sharing that with us.
Okay, I appreciate you. Okay, next one is Cheryl Hardy. Hardy.
I have a couple things to say. Now, with everyone around here that's built what they built, it's fine. Their places don't bother us any. And down there where the other people are working, just where that bus stop was, and at least when they had to put up the whole fence, at least I'm glad they got rid of that bus stop, the place where you sit waiting for the bus on that side, because now there is none because the fence had to be brought over more. And that way we don't have homeless people being down there sleeping and whatever they do, which is fine. And then with the people that have built up, I don't know what they built in the back actually. I just can't remember. But if it's apartments and the parking lot or whatever it may be, I don't know if it's going to cause us any problem because they built so far out. They built right there where the road is.
Yeah.
And all they have left here, see, it's just that we have no room in the back anymore. And then they only have that road that they either come this way or that way. So whatever they have built, also, I don't know how they'll get in and out with their vehicles. And when certain people are coming this way to go in, then nobody can come out because they could, have accidents.
Are you talking about the alleyway?
Yeah, there's only that little small alleyway right when you look out the door.
Right.
It's right there.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, I know the contractors and the different people buy up the places and build things, but usually they build on a property that's big enough to build. And with the small one, I guess we'll just have to wait and see how it works. Because I thought to myself, well, how can they do things? How can they move in? How can they park their vehicles? How can they get around in the back? You can get up and down on the side, but the only problem with that too is the ones across the street where they had built that, whenever they built those apartments, they have a little room to park on the side to get in and out of their homes or condos or whatever you call them. And that's all the room they have. So everybody else has places where they park. Everything is okay with the parking and the getting in and out.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to express my opinion because, you know, when you build apartments, condos, those things, you always have to have a place to park. And you can't, if you park on the street, then you can get fined, and you can't really park on the street. Now, we're okay, we have our parking lot, we're fine, we've got plenty of room, we seem to be doing all right. And then they have a place to park because, well, some park on the side of the road, which they have to be careful of not getting into accidents. And then they have that open area across the street for the people over here, so that's why they can park there and they have no problem. Because they always watch as they go in and out.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that's what I had to voice to all
Okay, well,
of you
thank you.
today.
All right, thank you.
Good job.
Because-
Good job.
Sometimes I'll sit at home and I'll think about things, you know, and I say, well, when I think about whatever it is I think about that I'm, well, concerned about, you know, as we all are, then I like to bring them to all of you. Because that way, because I can't do anything about it, but we have others, we have all of you, and others that come to the meeting who can help us with our situations, and I appreciate that.
Thank you. We
Thank you.
appreciate you.
Because also, too, if anything happens, I wouldn't want any of us, I mean, I don't drive, but I do, you know, my friends say, well, you don't drive. I said, of course, some of us don't drive. But at least we can give our opinions to the people on the board.
Thank you
Because
so much.
they know more about what to do.
Thank you.
You know, we can only do so much.
Yeah, I think
Well,
we'll,
thank you.
But I'm glad we have the
Yeah.
ones to help us that do help us. Because, like I say, a lot of times we can't do anything, so we can come to others. And that's why I'm glad we're living here. We have all the help that we need, you know, from
Thank you.
you and all of you from down there and everywhere around here.
We need to make
If
sure
it
we
comes
get
to our
the
meeting.
agreement and approval as much as
Thank you.
possible.
Thank you.
And
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you. Okay. That's all we have for public presentations. We have resolutions, we have none. We have old business, this is city art project.
Yeah, so I've been working with Sierra Coleman, who's the city's public art director, and she's been great to work with. You know, the board, you know, we've all expressed interest in putting up some murals on our buildings, and so she's really helping us a lot with that. So the first one that I guess she's going to propose to the Public Art Committee next week? Next week. Is a mural for Amaryllis Park Place, our elderly development on 2012 North Orange Avenue. And this was a development we finished back in 2022. And anyway, there's a great wall. So the building comes down and it kind of jogs in a little bit to the east. And then there's a wall that kind of faces Orange Avenue again. And then the building kind of ends. And there's another wall that faces south. But there's a kind of it's not a big wall, but it's certainly big enough for a mural that directly faces Orange Avenue. And she agreed that would be a great place for it. It'd be very visible for traffic, pedestrians, everybody. So anyway, I just wanted to update the board on that. It's going to come before the Public Art Committee next week. They have funding for a mural that size. And I don't remember if she said they're going to put out like a request for proposals from muralists. We discussed a theme in the development committee, and it will use the amaryllis flower. And she asked me to draft a letter to the public art committee, but in that letter, I also made mention that the Newtown CRA just voted to create a logo for themselves, and it also features an amaryllis flower. So I thought that was nice. And the name of the place is the Amaryllis Park Place. So anyway, I'm excited about that. You know, once I have any design, proposals from actual artists, of course, I'll bring that to the board.
And then can you let us know if that's like a public search for artists, so if we know some artists we can support?
Yeah. If you have an artist that you want to be included or solicited, make sure you send that to me,
Oh, okay.
because I'll give that to Sierra. They have a list of muralists, so
Oh,
that list may or may not
Include
include
everything.
people you want to have included. So yeah, please send that to me.
Okay, thank
They
you.
seem to have a lot of muralists up in St. Pete as well. So maybe we should extend the area we look at.
Well, if you have local representation, I'm always for that. Local artists.
Yeah, that's fine, but if we can't get what we want locally,
Yeah,
then
we can.
St. Pete isn't that far. I mean, it's not like I'm telling you to go to Talacrappy now.
Yeah, I guess we'll see what the options are, see if we need to broaden the network.
I also wanted to formally welcome Phil DeMaria to our board. He just got appointed a week ago, last Monday. So
Welcome.
Welcome.
he came to the development committee, but
Yes.
this is his first full board meeting. So welcome.
Appreciate you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us.
We now have a quorum if you want to go back to the other item.
Okay, we can go back to approval of the minutes. Can I have a motion for the approval of the regular board meetings on May 28th?
So move.
So seconded.
Okay. Is all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone?
Present.
Well, you
He's voting present for the minutes.
present just for the minutes. Thanks.
Yes.
Thank you. Anyone any nays? Okay. Approval of the agenda. Excuse me. Did somebody say something?
Yeah,
No,
that was our
I was
turn.
for it.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Approval of the regular board meeting today, July 23rd. Can I have a motion?
So moved. So moved.
Second,
The meeting
the
minutes.
meeting, the approval of the agenda.
Approval of the agenda.
Oh, the agenda.
This agenda for today.
Yeah. So
We have a
seconded.
motion?
So
Second?
seconded.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Right.
Any nays? Okay. And we went through special presentation in public. Now, new business, ACH.
Madam Chair, before you go to new business, and I'm not sure whether Commissioner Morgan has the same issue. At some point, we are no longer able to see into the boardroom.
I can't see it either, Rick.
Okay,
You can't
so we
see.
couldn't see who arrived, and we can't tell.
Andrew
So
had
never
us
get boardroom.
blocked out.
I didn't touch
Okay,
it.
now it's back. Okay.
Okay.
Welcome, Commissioner Denal.
Thank you very much, Council.
Thank you. Okay, new business, ACH vendor payments versus check payment.
Yeah, so this is a discussion we've had with our bank, but we'd like to propose not for every single vendor, but for regular vendors that we have, we'd like to start paying them via ACH instead of a paper check. So I have kind of a procedure here that I've laid out. Basically, they'll prepare the accounts payable every 2 weeks like we normally do, same as we've done all along. The listing, there will be a listing of any payment that's over $3,000, along with the backup materials, just like we do for the larger checks now. And that will need to be approved by the chair or another board member if the chair is not available, just like we approve checks. So once we get that approval from you, then I can approve the ACHs to go out. I'm the only one who will be able to approve the disbursement of the ACH. So
Felipe colon CRPC or Felipe colon.
So that's the proposal.
It's just my son.
I laid out
Yeah.
the why for the board, but it's faster, it saves money, it's really a security thing because there's so much check fraud. I mean, I can't tell you how many times people have forged our checks. And, you know, the bank sends it to us and we're like, no, that's not my signature, that's not our, you know, we didn't cut it to that vendor or whatever. So anyway, it's better cash flow management because we know it's going out and we know it's going into their bank account versus we mail someone a check and then it gets cashed, you know, 3 months later or whatever. So there's a lot of benefits to it. So we think it's time to make that shift.
Any concerns?
Yeah, I got concerns. I'm not a big proponent of ACH. You know, I like seeing William's signature on the checks, okay, because that means he actually looked at it and read it. Anybody can really, you know, send out an ACH. It's a computer, that's all it is. It's like digital currency.
But he can't send it out unless I approve it.
How do you approve it? You call them on the phone?
No, there's a treasury management.
You call them up
no,
on the phone?
No.
So how do they know?
I have to log in. I'll show you.
Yeah, I know about that.
I have to log
I'm
in.
in brokerage, remember?
Yeah,
We're not allowed to send those out without
Okay.
physically talking to
Can
the
I answer
client.
your question?
I'm gonna let you as soon as I'm finished pontificating. We have to physically talk to the client, okay? Otherwise, you cannot ACH anything. And that's the only foolproof method I know. Go ahead, your turn.
So when I go on to the treasury management system, which requires my password and stuff, I'll say I approve, and then it goes to this time limited code that's only good for like 60 seconds. And it will only go through if I enter this exact code while it's valid for 1 minute. Like there's 16 seconds left before it changes. So if I don't put in the right code, it won't go through. So there are checks in place for that. No one else can approve it for it to be submitted.
And it can't be hacked.
Well, they would have to have that code.
It can't be hacked. Is that what you're telling me?
I think the chances of that being hacked is way less than people fraudulently writing checks.
Yeah, I mean, I personally in favor. I know that a lot of the banks are actually encouraging most businesses to get away from check writing, paper check writing, due to all the fraudulent activity that's out there. So to me, it seems like a more streamlined approach, and also for security purposes, I think it's, especially you're saying you're already having a lot of fraudulent activity with check writing. So I do think it's probably more secure than the actual paper check.
If I may, Madam Chair, at other authorities, yes, this is kind of the trend because of the problems that not only your authority, but other authorities have had with forgeries and checks.
All right, I'll go along with it, but I'm not happy about it. And I just know that anybody can be hacked.
Well, it's true, but I think if you're, at least this might actually lessen the amount of fraud that's happening. Get anything, like you said, anything being hacked, but if we can do more preventive measures to help alleviate that.
And I'll go along with it on,
First step.
I'm sorry, I'll go along with it on one condition. This is only good as long as William's here. If William ever leaves, this is null and void. It has to be revisited by the board. I trust our CEO. But I don't know who else would be sitting in that chair. And I'm not gonna have that be continued with somebody else that I don't know.
For that, we can revisit it if there was ever,
Exactly.
a time when there's gonna be a change in CEO.
Fine with me.
Well, you got my point though. I know you, I trust
No,
you.
you're right. That's-
Was there,
You're out of town, you're somewhere else. That's a problem for me.
Okay.
So my question is, I think last meeting, the discussion was about there being somebody else to sign a check for William in case he couldn't. Would this negate that?
we
You still have
scratched that
paper checks
idea.
too? Oh, you
And
did?
yeah.
Okay, so this would help
So
in
I'm
that
still the
situation.
only person on staff who can sign a check or approve an ACH.
So
I
then
still
this would
have
help,
to.
right?
I still have to have a board member approve anything over $3,000.
Right. But,
which is-
so this would help in that situation if you were
Correct.
at a conference, because that was the
Correct.
specific example that was given.
Correct, because I
You
can
were at a
still log
conference.
on to the treasury management system and I still would have the code, so. Yeah, that would alleviate the need for that.
Well, I just thought, well, my understanding is that you wouldn't do that, it still has to get approved by whoever typically reviews them.
Yeah,
Okay. And then you would, if you were, they'd look at it, and then if you were at the conference and get the okay, then you would.
Correct.
Okay.
Commissioner, do you have a question?
Thank you, Chair. I was only going to ask the question if it helps Commissioner Colon. I think the question is that whether or not this improves administration, right? And the idea is that it would, to a certain degree. So maybe an evaluation period for 12 months or something along those lines would be the right way to go. If it's easily, if the switch is easily turned off as easily as it's turned on, so to speak. But anything that makes your life a little bit easier, as well as improves the security of the housing authority's funds, I'd certainly be in favor of.
I mean, the other thing I would point out is, we went to ACH payments for our landlords years ago. And that is kind of, again, in the industry, I think Rick can speak to this too, but it's a standard, but it also, the landlords love it.
Of course they do.
Because, if we cut the check on the first or the second after we get the money from HUD, and now isn't all the mail processed in Tampa now for Sarasota?
I think so.
If you mail a letter here, it goes up to Tampa, gets processed, and comes back down here to get delivered.
I didn't know that.
And we know, because we do a lot of mailings, and I can tell you for a fact there's a lot of problems with the mail delivery system right now. So the landlords love it, because it's as soon as we get the money from HUD, we process the ACHs to the landlords, and the money is right there in their account. So, and it makes for very easy accounting on our end too. So,
Are you done disparaging the postal service?
for now,
Okay, do we have any other?
Oh, I just had one more question. So, is everybody pretty much always set up to receive it on the other end, as long as they have an account, bank account, it works for?
we'll only do this with vendors who sign the forms and give us the appropriate information. So that's what I'm saying. It won't be 100% of vendors, but
All right.
95.
regular vendors we use, we'll get them signed up to do it.
Great.
All right. I call a question. Anybody can call a question, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you're making a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the ACH capabilities for the CEO,
The present CEO.
the present CEO. Thank you.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay,
All right.
thank you. Next is President CEO evaluation.
Madam Chair.
My bad. Excuse me?
Okay, I said, may I?
Yes, you may.
So first of all, for our new commissioner, every year, pursuant to a contract, Mr. Russell receives a performance evaluation done by the commissioners that tells him about his performance, and they can be used to determine whether there's any additional compensation that may be due to him. As voted by the commissioners, which is in the commissioner's discretion. When there's a new commissioner, I always leave it to them as to whether they want to participate or not, given the fact that you don't have something to base your evaluation on. At the risk of being accused of being a pontificator myself, the response for this to happen by the deadline that was set was underwhelming. And that's the only reason why I would even mention it, because it was underwhelming. I'm still due some responses that I have not received, which would mean if you wanted to participate, you still could, even though the deadline is passed. So with that, I would hate to have to be the bearer of bad news by the time we get to the next board meeting. I think it's worth putting on the record for commissioners to remember that this is Mr. Russell's evaluation. If your evaluation were up at where you worked, I'm assuming that you would like to have it done in a timely manner also. So I would hope that those who have not complied to this point would do so, so that we could finish this and be ready for it.
Rick, how many did we get?
Not enough.
Do we have an extension?
Okay, well,
I just turned right in.
so far I have 3.
Okay.
So far I have 3. Now, and I don't believe in calling anybody out, but I will recirculate it and ask for a new deadline and hope for compliance. But you're commissioners, I can't force you to respond. But I would ask you to at least consider the fact that if this were your evaluation, you would like to have it done in a timely manner also. So, sorry, that's my report for this evening. And with that, I will yield the floor as a pontificate.
Thank
And then if you
you,
want to-
Attorney Gilmore.
I know we had the retreat on there, so if you want me to touch on some of the retreat, I'm more than happy to. So I was the one that took the notes.
That's up to the chair.
Yes,
That will be up to the chair.
you can.
Is that a yes?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. So, William, I sent you, Wayne, Andrea, kind of the minutes and the notes for our meeting. And I know you've already started implementing some of this stuff. I think one of the big parts was, the theme was customer service. And so just making sure our customer service, they mentioned little things like, well, some of the board mentioned, things like the closed door, right? And so, having somebody where if they show up and they have questions, they can get them answered. But sometimes just showing up, even as a commissioner, it's like, where do I go? How do I talk to somebody here at the Housing Authority? And I know Ernestine had mentioned, kind of the same thing, going to sign checks, and everybody's just like, what? Who? Like, who are you? So, I think just kind of opening up the office a little bit, and yeah, customer service was a big one. The other part was we talked about the, we do a lot of work with the city, but we are the Sarasota Housing Authority, which includes the county, and so it's also looking at how we can serve not just the city, but the county, and so if there's something we can do, whether it's looking at land or opportunities, a little south of us, we want you to start kind of exploring some of those. But I think those were probably the two, commissioners, you can feel free to chime in, but I feel like those were the two, I want to say, kind of main goals, objectives for William in the upcoming year?
Yeah, I know, and I don't know if this is part of the overall meeting minutes that you submitted in detail, so I don't want to rehash on it, but I know that when we talked about some of the customer services and one of the things that we had, we're going to say as might be a helpful solution would be like you have one day a week where, or a certain hour, or a certain amount of hours during the week where people can come in, they don't have to make appointments, where they can just come in and stop in. So whether it's like a day or there's a few hours during the week where they can stop in without appointments, that might be helpful. And then also we talked about even the front entrance when you enter the office, it's not really that regular friendly kind of.
We've already opened it up.
Oh, you did? Okay, good. Thanks, because I know that we talked about, thanks for hopping on that, but yeah, things like that. And then to David Morgan's point too is, trying to look at those developments. We talked about it before, I think, in the development meeting and seeing if there's opportunities down south more. And then you also mentioned that, we do have a lot of landlords that are actually spread out too, maybe just kind of mentioning that more and highlighting that more so people do understand that we do have, with a bunch of programs, some of the programs and landlords that they are spread out throughout the country.
Okay. Yeah, Dave, I had some questions about some of these, so I was going to try to get with you again to go over some of these.
Break it up, Dave.
Hang on.
Oh, I lost Cameron.
It keeps going on.
Oh, there it is. Hello.
So they were typing, William has them. He wanted to meet with you.
Okay.
Any other questions, concerns? Okay, we can move on to, can I have a motion for program updates accepted by consent?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we move on to commissioners' announcements.
Just
Commissioner,
before you do that, Madam Chair,
Yeah.
I'm sorry I was muted. I wanted to make sure that our new commissioner knew that we've already passed it. Whenever we have a consent agenda, any commissioner can pull anything from the consent agenda. It sounds like you already know this on their own volition. Thank you, Madam Chair.
thank you. Okay, Commissioner Colon?
I found our trip to Atlanta very interesting. I spent,
Including the dancing.
it was great. Gangs on one corner, police on the other, watching them, praying that they don't do anything, so they would have to do something. And I spent 3 days in classrooms learning about low-income housing tax credits. So I found that very interesting. So I was not out doing what a lot of people do, let's put it that way. And it was enjoyable to see one block of Atlanta out the window. That's it.
Commissioner?
I don't have anything.
Commissioner?
Just wanted to say thank you again for welcoming me onto this board. Wanted to say thank you also for Commissioner Ahern Koch for affirming the mayor's appointment. Really excited and happy to be a part of this. I thought the development meeting was really exciting and interesting, and just looking forward to serving with you all. So thank you again.
Commissioner Morgan?
Yeah. Congratulations on your appointment, and I look forward to meeting you next meeting.
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you. I have no comments. Okay, we can move for adjournment.
Oh, I got one other thing. I'd like to thank Commissioner Smith for coming.
Yes.
Who?
Who? Nobody.
Commissioner Smith.
Nobody. Nobody.
I didn't hear what you said, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right.
Okay.
I just have
Yes,
two
thank
items,
you.
if that's
Thank
okay,
you
real
for
quick.
Commissioner
Yes,
Koch
okay.
is always here, so I don't know.
Don't want to thank me. August 6th is the public art meeting at 1:30.
Yeah.
And
I will
then,
be there.
And then I will ask the city manager to provide me, which I will send to you, with the plans for the project over here, which should have details about parking and one-way and two-way and setbacks and all of the questions that the citizens input was asking about.
Thank you.
I'm
And I
pretty
will
sure
send
it's
that
a
to you.
0 lot line.
Pretty sure it's 0 lot line, but there
And I
were
think they
questions
have
about
a parking,
one-ways.
I think they
and-
have a parking garage, and I'm sure the traffic circulation was worked out by the city and everything, but.
I'm sure it was, but I can send it to you and you can share it with, for her, for citizens input.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
helpful. Thank
What
you.
date was that again?
August 6th at 1:30.
We can always consider a lot line, don't we?
Okay. Any other concerns, comments? Okay, we can adjourn this meeting at
Why don't you just say
5:15.
you want to get rid of me?
5:15.
I thought you said they were going to bring up the building and all.